to Still a Little Salty, the podcast where we're not afraid to add a little flavor to our faith and a lot of laughter to our lives.
We're your hosts, Christy and Heather, two friends who have seen life's ups, downs, and the salty in-betweens.
We're here to talk about real life, real faith, real friendships, and all the moments that shaped us along the way.
So grab a drink, get comfy, and let's dive in.
Welcome. Hello.
Hi.
I'm so happy to see you again.
I know. Episode 2
Dose
of
Still a little salty. We're getting there.
So
we hope that you joined us again after listening to episode 1.
Uno.
And decided that it was worth your time. So if not, give us another chance.
You're so cute. You are literally the cutest human ever.
I don't
swear.
know. I can be pretty uncute sometimes.
Well, I mean, we all can.
Ask Brent.
Yeah, Bridezilla.
Oh, I was not a Bridezilla, no matter what he tells you.
He actually didn't say anything. I'm surprised.
He is holding back until his expose on the podcast, I think, when he tells all.
I hope you do interview him.
Maybe I should interview your husband and you should interview my husband.
I am so down with that idea.
Oh, man.
Oh, I am. I
don't know if
am.
I trust us. That would be so crazy what we would talk about.
Yeah, but you and Matt are similar,
That's what
and
I
Brent
mean.
and I.
It would get out of hand real fast.
Yeah.
You
I
and
like
Brent
it.
would just be burping and farting and laughing.
And comparing our stories.
Yep. And Matt and I would just be like ridiculous. Absolutely. And then, I don't know, something deep and weird. So Christy is our brains behind this operation, and she's going to start us off.
So, you know, we were texting today. Well, we text almost every day, but episode 2, I think, would be a good time to talk about what does Still a Little Salty mean to us from a biblical sense and a personal sense. So we've done some research from a biblical. So I would like to probably dive into the biblical aspect and then feed in moments where we felt salty.
Yeah.
And moments where we felt we genuinely have been acting as the salt. So upon the research and video that I made today, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different verses that we stumbled upon where the Bible references being the salt. The first, I think, big one, I guess, would be Matthew chapter 5, verse 13.
That's what we based our name off of.
Yes.
And should we read it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read. I can read. I should be more prepared, I suppose.
No, this is supposed to be like in the moment.
On the fly.
But
Matthew,
when
Mark,
I was
Luke, and
doing
John.
some like, you know, research, so salt, it references that believers are essential to the world for their ability to preserve goodness, add flavor, and purity.
I like that because salt by itself is like exactly that in life on earth. You use salt to preserve, you use salt to enhance, you use salt to clean, to sanitize, you know, saline. It's in the basics of life. Like you can't live without it.
I didn't even look up, because isn't there an aspect of our body that is made up of salt?
Oh, absolutely. We have sodium all up in our bodies.
Yeah.
Without it, you will die. Your body cannot survive without sodium.
Yeah.
Now, that's being said, if we're going to get all sciencey about it, there's like 5 bazillion versions of salt. So there's sodium chloride and like sodium whatever. It's all this different kinds of salt. So yeah. I think if my chemistry is correct, anything that has a chloride ion attached to it is known as a salt.
Really?
Yes. So sodium chloride is what we think of. It's table salt. That's
Yeah.
what we consume. And sodium is what we consider salt. And maybe I got it backwards. No, I think it's like potassium chloride is potassium salt. I don't know. Correct me in the comments. It's been a long time since I took chemistry class. And I don't know that I did that well. Okay, so Matthew 5:13. So before, I just would like to preface, this is part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, and this is after what we learn are the Beatitudes, which Christy is now an expert at.
I'm only on 4.
Okay, out of 8. Okay, you are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. That's pretty intense if you think about it in the sense like, have I lost my saltiness? Am I worthless now?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's why I like our name so much, because even though along the way you might have lost a little saltiness, you're still a little salty. You know, like I don't feel like I've been trampled under people's, that I deserve to be trampled upon because I have fallen short, because that's not the point.
Yeah.
Nobody can be perfect and salty all the time.
Right.
You know,
it's the stumbles along the way. Like we've stumbled along the way. But yet we've still seemed to find a sense of, well, our purpose. And you have been stronger with the faith than I have. But you've always been there when I've dabbled in wanting to understand more, ask questions. So I would say from a biblical sense, you have been providing the salt to me for a long time.
That's good to know. I feel like I like to season those around me.
You do a great job of it too.
But on a personal level, I have many times done the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Thought the wrong thing, felt the wrong way. Acted in and I don't mean just breaking commandments and drinking beer and whatever. That's not what I mean. I mean things that you feel in your heart, like jealousy and pride and just heart-wrenching anger. Everybody feels those things.
Yes.
And it doesn't take away your saltiness.
Yeah.
And it's funny that some of those feelings that I just described are described as salty by us, especially, and maybe it's a slang for our generation more than any other. I don't think that youngsters call each other salty anymore. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So, but it was definitely like, oh, what are you so salty for?
Yeah.
Now we're like, keep being salty.
Yeah.
Be salty all the time. People probably just think this is a podcast about complaining what other people have done to us. That Nicole, she stole my boyfriend.
For those that are stumbling upon this is not us talking about all the salty moments that we've had.
No.
We are trying to be the salt now.
We are salty sometimes.
100%.
Yeah.
I had a moment of salty today.
Ooh, are we going to hear about it, or is it to keep it secret? We'll keep it secret.
Yeah.
Okay. I get salty at my husband. I get salty at my job. I get salty at the people driving in front of me.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So you just gotta ditch that salt, the potassium chloride, keep that sodium chloride. That's what Jesus wanted, was the sodium salt. He wanted the table salt, not the science salt.
Wait, but I have white salt and pink salt downstairs.
There's still sodium chloride.
Which one's better though?
Neither. They're exactly the same.
Oh.
You just paid more for the pink kind.
Dang it. Dang. No, I think it says it's from a different place in the earth.
Well, yeah, sure. But I think a coconut from One place is the same as a coconut from another.
Smart.
Ah! I'll tell you though, don't ditch the Morton salt because they add iodine to our salt on purpose to keep us healthy. And if you don't have any iodine, you're also dead. So that's why they put iodine in the salt back in whatever. So
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so that's like I watched a video. Now this is a TikTok or something, so it could be completely bogus. But something about like people were getting sick or kids were getting sick because they were only consuming sea salt, and sea salt doesn't contain any iodine, and they weren't getting any iodine in their diet any other way than through iodized salt.
We're gonna have to fact check that.
I know. Well, that's what the comment section's for. Talk below. School me. Talk to science. Us. I have a degree in biology, not saltology, so we're learning along the way.
Wait, what?
I have a degree in biology, not saltology.
But I thought you were going to school to become an architect.
Did that too, but changed my mind and went back to biology. I did biology, architecture, biology. Then I worked in biology, worked in architecture, and now I work in IT. Just couldn't make up my mind until I was 37.
You stumble.
Just find your path. Salt, sprinkling salt every which place.
Hey, every field you sprinkled salt somewhere.
I did. I tried. You got anything else to say about being the salt?
Yeah, so...
Should I add the next part about being the light?
I love...
You love
yes,
that part?
Please.
So the next verse, 14, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In that same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. That's pretty nice.
I love that verse.
I do too. It's the whole premise of this little light of mine.
Is it really?
I'm going to let it shine.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the next verse is put it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine.
Boom, chicka, boom.
Yeah. Check back later for a full version of that song. We'll sing it at the end.
I'm gonna have to read the lyrics.
Google it. So okay, you gonna hook me up with the next one? I'll look at it while you're introducing us.
Mark 9, verse 50.
Aha.
So some of the other bullet points as far as like salt, and how a person can be the salt, especially from a faith-based perspective, but even just in a sense of being a good human in general, acting as a positive influence around others, and acting in a way where we preserve spiritual and moral values, which, again, kind of basic human morals, but things that I think sometimes get lost along the way. I've tried in most things in life, and I think I've done a decent job about it, is finding the positive in all the negatives. So looking at the positive aspect of the negative, and trying to find the positive when you stumble upon a person that you don't get the most positive feeling from, but still trying to find the positive in them. And you're going to be working on that most of your life probably, but it's a good practice when I'm still trying.
I think about this sometimes is like, and I don't know I think there's probably a word for this. You walk around and you don't really think that other person over there, that stranger that I've never met, is walking along and thinking and having the same day as me. Like they have a family and they have a job, and like you don't really they feel completely separate from you and so different that they're like on a movie screen, you feel disconnected from strangers sometimes. And then I like to stop and think like, I bet that guy likes corn dogs, or whatever, like things think about all the weird little things about yourself and how you feel about things, and then realize that literally every person on the entire earth has that same experience, but it's like we'll never know it. You'll never know all these people walk and what they're feeling. And so it's like when you have a bad interaction with somebody, you know, I think to myself, well, I don't really know why they're so crappy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they just are crappy. I'm sure there are just actual crappy people in the world. But really, they, you know, what if something horrible happened, or they have diarrhea, or they're like getting fired, or you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and then it's like you get pissed off because you think that I wouldn't do that. How could they do that to me?
Right.
And you know, maybe you would do that if you were having a really bad day or a bad decade or a bad life.
Right.
You know, and it's hard to, in the moment, you're just mad and salty. And I try to make an effort, and this is especially for, you know, my husband is quick to anger sometimes, not in a bad way, but he's just like, what the heck? You know,
Yeah.
like, and I try to step back and be like, it's okay, just move on. They don't, you know, but then I think the next step is being the salt for that person.
Yes.
You know, it's one thing to ignore it and say, it's okay, I forgive you. And there's another to, I forgive you and I love you. And it's okay. And I'm here if you need me.
Yep.
Even if I don't know you. If that means I walk next to you and say hello, or hold the door open for you, or, you know, don't cut you off on the highway, you know, just.
Or just even a simple, like, I try, anytime I can make eye contact with someone, I try to smile at them. And what's sad is most times people are like startled by the smile. And they're like, they kind of just look at you. It's awesome when you get the smile back, and that's all there is. It's just a
Yeah. I get smiles a lot. I just wonder if are you doing the creepy one? Like, are you doing a good one? Hello. Is at the Walmart being like, have a great day.
no judging. We've got to work on that.
Oh, no. I bet you are very friendly all the time because I know you. But you're right. People are like taken aback when you're overly friendly, or not even overly, just friendly. I think everybody expects everybody else to be a jerk.
Well, and I think, like, I know that I'm contradicting because people are going to use technology to watch us, but so many people are looking down anymore.
Well, I think that adds to this disconnect we feel in life to other people. I mean, I don't deny it too. You know, you get so focused on the people that you see on the internet all the time, whether they're people you know, or influencers, or content creators, or what famous people. Like, you get, that seems like the norm, the average, what it's supposed to be, when 99 point whatever percent of us are not like that.
Right.
You know, I don't have a skinny body and a fancy car and a stay-at-home lifestyle full of whatever and organic vegetables. You know? Like, I would, sure, it's lovely.
Yeah.
But and I like it when people in that position use their power, or whatever
Platform.
you want to call it, to spread the salt and be the salt and be helpful to people, even if it's in a non-Christian fashion. Like, if you're helping people, then I think your time is spent online is worth it. But so much of it is, I hate the word toxic. I hate it. But so much of it feels toxic. I don't like describing things as toxic. I like to me, toxic is like the overturned green goo barrel in the basement, or in the sewer that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turned into. So, to me, it's not a word I use, but that's because I'm old school. Maybe.
Now I got to think of a different word for, like, how to explain, you know.
Like, what do you mean by when you say somebody's toxic?
Yeah.
I think I just don't like it because it gets thrown around so much. Like, if somebody is making bad choices, they're toxic. if your mom or dad are acting like a jerk, toxic. Just like everybody's like, I don't like you, toxic. It's like it's the new version of getting canceled.
Yeah.
And I'm just not into it. I don't like labeling people. I don't like lumping people into a pile and saying you all are bad.
True.
You're all toxic and crappy and mean or ugly or whatever, or have bad hearts. I don't think that's what Jesus would want us to do.
That is true.
Because if anything, he knows like every single person is different, but we're all the same in the core of us. We have the same DNA, we have the same genome, whatever.
Well, we all bleed the same color
we're
too.
We're all in our core human beings.
Yeah.
We all have a soul and
Right.
a light and like a heart, like not a heart, but
yeah,
not a heart, but a heart. His heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Aww.
Okay, I'm getting off track. Rein me back in there,
Mark
boss.
9:50.
Mark 9:50. Salt is good, but if the salt has lost its saltiness, how will you make it salty again? Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with one another.
Literally what we were just talking about.
Yeah. I like to read the little notes down at the bottom, but of course, the note for this one in my Bible says, see note on Luke 14:34. Thanks.
Hey, Luke 14:34 is one of them.
Is it? Well,
yeah.
Let's just go to that one.
All right.
Luke 6:12.
14:34.
Excuse me while I lick my finger here. Like an old granny. Salt is good, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is of no use either for the soil or for the manure pile. It is thrown away. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Let's see what the note says. Most salt came from the Dead Sea and contained impurities, carnallite and gypsum. If not processed properly, it would have a poor taste and would be worse than useless, being unusable for food and creating a disposal problem. If the conditions of discipleship are not kept, the disciples likewise will become less than worthless. Interesting. I don't know that note was that helpful. Interesting, but I don't know.
So the way that I absorbed that information is, we're supposed to enrich and add to the lives of others. But if you don't do it from a pure place, your salt is not pure. It's not providing what Jesus is asking of you. If anything, it could still potentially like sprinkle in the negative.
Yeah.
And
I think what that is too is what everybody calls hypocrisy. That's the farthest thing I want to be. I don't want to be called a hypocrite. And I think what happens, I was on the way over here, I was listening to this app I have called Through the Word, and he describes the chapter before he reads it. And he mentioned that hypocrisy is bred by starting at the outside instead of the inside. So I'm a Christian. I'm going to go feed the poor and do this. And then I'm going to stand on the corner and I'm going to preach the gospel and I'm going to save people and I'm going to evangelize. But in your heart, you're not changed.
Right.
You're not, and I don't think that oftentimes hypocrisy comes from an evil place. I don't think people are hypocrites because they are inherently bad or they're trying to be bad.
Well, I don't know if it's that they're trying to be bad, but I think that they lose the plot.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
they make it about themselves instead of what it's supposed to be about.
I think sometimes you can run into it if you think all I need to do is be good and I need to go and help people. I need to do nice things for people. I need to work at the homeless shelter or volunteer at the children's hospital or those. And I'm not saying don't do those. Like, don't do those even if you're not a Christian. Like, just
Right.
go do those. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think the point I'm trying to make is that the real work that you should be doing is inside, is changing your heart and working on those things, those feelings of being salty and being angry and being, you know, jealous of other people, covetous and like mad at people for what they've done to you and unforgiving. Like, you can, it's not saying you can't go and help somebody until you fix yourself. That's not what I mean either. But going out and physically doing good deeds isn't going to fix your soul.
No,
You
well,
have to fix your soul yourself.
Well, I don't know if it's AA or NA or one of those, but you can't help, or no, I think it's Al-Anon they talk about.
Are those
like
different? AA.
Al-Anon, so AA is Alcoholic Anonymous, NA is Narcotics Anonymous, and then Al-Anon is for the families, members of those that are addicts. So
I didn't know there was a thing different.
I think it's in Al-Anon that they teach this family, you cannot help someone until you're ready to help yourself. Or maybe it's in NA. Regardless, I have always been raised on, you can't help someone until you can actually help yourself. And I think a lot of it comes from like the addiction aspect of my family, because, we're always trying to fix like my mom or my brother. But until they're ready to help themselves, you can't help them. So I guess that's like where I'm getting at. Like everyone to their core needs to be, one, ready to face themselves, accept their sins, ask for forgiveness, accept Jesus, and then go out and do.
Yeah.
Act. Not act like, in a movie, but act on those feelings.
Actions.
Yes.
Yeah. And you got, that's it. That's but it doesn't take actions like that to have salvation. Like, salvation, there's a great debate about this, I guess, out in the world, but I don't believe that the Bible or Jesus teaches you that salvation must be earned. Salvation can't be earned. Salvation comes through grace by faith. So grace is the forgiveness of God for our sins. And you will receive his grace through the faith you have in Jesus Christ, his son, who died to pay for their sins.
Yes.
So that's it. You're saved by grace through faith, and then the Bible continues on and says, and not by works, so as none can boast. So the idea being, if you could earn your salvation, then some people could earn more salvation than others.
Mm-hmm.
And that's silly.
Yeah.
How can you be more saved than me or less saved than me?
Right.
So, and now that doesn't mean that you don't need to do any good deeds or good works, or you shouldn't do works at all. I'm just saying works are not the baseline for salvation. They are the fruit of being saved. If in your heart you've gained salvation through grace by faith, then your works and your fruit will come naturally.
Right.
You will, if your heart is ready, your body will follow. And
yes.
Your mind will follow. So that's hard. It's not instant. It's not like you get saved and you run out and open an orphanage, or you go and tell every person that you know about the Lord.
Right. It's you're going to constantly be walking and learning in your faith. And I mean, like, you're talking more right now about all this than I am. And it's not because I'm ashamed or nervous or anything. I'm only 2 months into this.
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not sitting here to preach to people like, oh, you have to do it this way, because I'm still learning what that looks like.
Yeah.
But even before I found my faith, I believe to my core, I've always been a good person. And I've tried to live a life of positive, um, caring, love, acceptance. Have I lost relationships? Yes. Have I walked away from relationships? Yeah. I mean, as I've grown in my faith, I realize, and I've fully accepted, I had abandonment issues. So it was easier for me to drop a friendship first or a relationship before they could abandon me. Because as I became an adult, I could control.
Who left?
Yeah. So again, this episode of talking about being the salt, I'm still learning to be the salt. You're still learning to be the salt.
I don't think there's an end. I don't
No.
think there's a final exam. You know, it's and when life is going to be different at 47 and 57.
Yes.
And hopefully 67, 70, all the way to 97.
107 would be cool.
I'd be cool with that. I'd rather be old and crusty. But...
Well, to speak of being the salt, I actually sent you a screenshot of the text. I feel like this is a moment for me of where I am kind of being the salt. I'm not going to say names, obviously, because I want to ask for approval for people that are not in my life on an everyday, but an old coworker who was a friend at the time that we worked together and is more so now just a distant acquaintance, I guess, texted me last week. And actually, the day that he texted me, I was struggling. I was just struggling. I was struggling with my emotions, and I think part of it is the ebbs and flows from after the hysterectomy, and your body's adjusting to everything. And I'm not making excuses, because I'm a human too. Like, I'm still gonna have moments of sadness or depression, even as a faith-based woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I was having a rough day, actually, and he doesn't even know this, but I randomly looked at my phone, and he had texted me saying that he was excited. And essentially, I'm not going to say it word for word because my phone's over there, but was excited to see the podcast taking off. Was eager to hear and learn more about how I got to where I am now. And the thing that touched me so much, and I think I sent this to you, was he said, because I said, you know, it's been exciting to find Jesus and have this walk with him. And, you know, I'm learning and I'm eager. And he said that he had always seen him in me, and he's glad that I finally see it too.
That's wonderful.
And that was, for me, that was a moment of salt. I was like, okay, this is what it's all about. Like, I'm spreading his word. I'm doing it with one of my best friends. Like, I'm still learning about his word, but I'm also talking it. I'm like, I did it when I went into Verizon. I saw the guy had a cross on his neck, and back in the day, I would have been shamed or nervous or fearful to ask. And I said, you believe in Jesus? And he said, yeah. And I was like, so excited.
Me too, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I just accepted Jesus 2 months ago. Aww. And he was like so happy for me. And we started talking, and it was, you know, he practices Catholicism and is recently into that. And I said, you know, I'm just doing non-denominational. I'm a Christian. I want to know the Bible. I want to know Jesus, and I want to spread it. And it was awesome. It was so cool. And we're talking about this out loud in Verizon in front of people.
Yeah.
And there was no shame. I didn't even care. I just was like, this is so exciting. You're like a little kid and you get addicted to it.
She's addicted to the gospel. I guess that's a good thing to be addicted to.
So, you know, I feel like those were 2 moments as of recent where I felt like I was being salt.
You know, on the same side, the other side of the same coin, I had a doctor's appointment, and there was like the student doctor, you know, with there, and she saw my necklace and said, oh, I like your necklace. And she like had hers out too. And I didn't take that opportunity to like say, I was like, oh, yours is beautiful. I was just like totally weird. Like just like a super weirdo about it. Instead of being like, praise the Lord. I should have just been cooler about it and taken that opportunity to talk
So
to
what
it.
did you learn in that moment?
That I don't know. I just now I feel like even after I did it, as I was leaving the doctor's office, like after that moment passed, I didn't stop thinking about it. I was just like, I wish I would have talked to her more.
That's what you learned.
Yeah. And so now I'm like on the prowl. I'm like, I'm going to find somebody else with a cross necklace and I'm going to approach them and be like, look at my cross necklace. Let me see your cross necklace.
That'll be super awkward if they're like, I don't have one.
But it's just a stick. So,
Aw.
yeah, it's another serendipitous thing here, signs and numbers. Remember. Okay, what's our next adventure?
Well, okay, so it hops around. Colossians is Old Testament, right?
No, that's in the New.
Oh, it is?
And I read that one on the way here.
4:6.
And that's a funny one because, let me get here. So, do you understand what all these Colossians and Thessalonians?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay, so after Jesus dies and ascends and all that stuff, all the good Easter things happen. He sets the apostles out to spread his word. And make more disciples in every place. So to grow his church. So most of the books of the New Testament after Acts. Acts is Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and then the next one is Acts.
Okay.
And that's also called as Acts of the Apostles. So the Acts of the Apostles are the story of their journey, their journeys through wherever, all these places, and building these new churches amongst all these new towns and cities and groups of people. So then the next books after that are letters written to these new churches.
Okay.
And, checking up on them or telling them, hey, you're doing it wrong. Like, or things like, you should be doing this instead of this and that instead of, or like, we're praying for you. We're thinking about you. Don't give up your hope and blah, blah, blah. So that's what Colossians is a letter written by the Apostle Paul from prison, I think. Written by Paul from prison to the Colossians, the church at Colossus or something like that, whatever the town is called. So the Colossians are the people that live in this Colossia
okay.
or whatever. So this is a letter written to them.
Oh, okay.
So the whole letter the whole book is only 4 chapters long. So it's not a very big book. And
I will need to read that one very soon.
Yeah.
Because it's a quick one.
And it's a good one. It's about it's kind of, I don't know it's all about Jesus, the whole thing. It's just a letter from Paul to them. So that's a little backstory.
Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
Yes. You said
4:6.
4:6. That's only chapter 1. Oh boy, I went way too far. Oh, fail. There's so few pages, I can't turn them. There's only like 5 pages in this whole book. Here we go. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. Ooh,
I like that.
I do too. Let's see. Paul encourages the Colossians to manifest a powerful and attractive testimony to non-Christians, seasoned with salt. This statement echoes the teachings of Jesus when he calls his disciples to be the salt of the earth in Matthew 5:13. When applied to conversation, the metaphor suggests speaking in an interesting, stimulating, and wise way. Oh yeah, we got this. Paul's comments assume that the Colossians believers are vitally involved in the local community and have ample opportunities to interact with outsiders in a way that would recommend the gospel to them. So yeah, that's nice.
That's
a good
nice.
One. They're nice. So I like that.
Season
Let
it with
your
salt.
speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. Are we wise and well seasoned? I like to think so.
I think that I'm becoming seasoned.
Yeah.
Again, I'm.
Oh my gosh. You know, they say people, they're a seasoned blah, blah, blah. Like she's a seasoned dog groomer or a seasoned
Well, I'm a
athlete.
seasoned sales rep.
Yeah. So, like, to say somebody is seasoned means they know what they're doing. They're wise. You would believe what they are saying to you in terms of that. So I kind of think that's exciting to think about. Like I'm really a literal person. I can remember a lot. Like it's kind of weird. Like
It's not
so
weird.
I could just like all of a sudden something just pop in my head like a little chunk of the Bible or a little thing I learned somewhere along the way. And that's kind of like what I think of as my way of seasoning. You got enough blankets over there?
How did this get all the way over here? Literally.
Signs and numbers.
See, I had it over here though.
Just wiggling, I bet. Just a little wiggle.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we are on our way to being seasoned Christians.
I agree. I think you don't give yourself enough credit because you've read a lot of the Bible and you are very quick to be able to reference or at least know where to go to help with something or explain a verse or help me figure out how to get somewhere. So
yeah, I mean, I think there's a humongous amount of information in the Bible that I have not even come across yet.
yeah.
Well, I've also been going to church for a long
Yes.
time, and I've done Bible studies and I've read the Bible myself, but it's not like the whole thing. There's a ton of it I didn't read yet.
Well, and I'm bouncing around. Like
Yeah.
I'll go to Psalms. I have read Luke. I have read Mark. I have read actually I might have read Colossians cuz I do through the word as well. That's
Mhm.
what you
That's
told
a
me
great
to
app. It's a really great app.
do. Through the word. Link down here.
Link below. Link in bio. Isn't that what they say?
we should actually link through the word.
Yeah, because it's like a non-profit. They get like the only donations are the only thing that
I
keeps them
love
afloat.
the like British man when he reads.
Yeah. Oh, like the older guy.
Yeah, I love him. I
Yeah.
just want to hug him. He's so cute.
What do you think he looks like?
He's got like gold circle frame glasses, gray hair, maybe a little bit of facial hair. He walks like hunched over a little and he just hugs. He hugs you and talks the word.
I'm imagining a kind of Monopoly man with no monocle. He has good eyesight. He's not wearing glasses. And he has just like a really refined haircut for an old guy. Like it's all swoopy and he probably
Has he got a toupee?
No.
Okay.
But he definitely wears one of those brown suits that's like tweed.
Ah,
Yeah.
I like that.
And he probably has several pens in his pocket all the time.
So he's like a professor.
Yes, that's what he is.
Nice.
So if you want to find out who we're talking about, download the app and listen to him read the Bible.
Yes.
It's good.
Listen.
We should probably Google him. If we do, we'll put a picture of him here. We don't know how to do this yet.
Colossians is one of the verses aside from Matthew where I really liked that one. That one was like, I don't even feel like I need to explain it. Like it's a feel good verse where you're like, I don't feel like I'm there yet and I can't wait to get there, or you read it and you're like, I feel like I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I like that one.
And there's what's the next one? I'm curious.
I'm about to be so funny.
Oh, are you about to say some crazy name that you don't know how to pronounce?
I know how to pronounce it now.
Okay.
It's Job. But that's the one where if my son is actually watching any of these podcasts, I hope he does comment that I did not know how to say Job until about a month ago. and I called him Job. So let's go to the book of Job, aka Job.
Now, see, I don't remember where Job is either.
He's in the
old,
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty certain he's old.
Oh gosh. Oh boy. Don't you guys just want to watch me flip through the Bible tabs because I don't know where the book of Job is?
Yeah, he is. I got it.
All right, there you go. Christy beat me. What's so near? What's it nearby?
ESTR.
Esther?
Yeah. Yep. So
yeah, he's right after Esther.
Job chapter 6 verse 6.
Oh, you mean where I had this little thing? Little bookmark?
So mine always has like I guess like what the chapter is called. So mine is Job. My complaint is just then Job answered and said, "Can flavorless food be eaten without salt, or is there any taste in the white of an egg?" I don't know about the white of an egg.
Tell me that verse, the chapter and verse again.
Job 6 verse 6.
Can that which is tasteless be eaten? Oh, see, mine is different. Can that which is tasteless be eaten without salt, or is there any taste in the juice of the mallow?
Wait, what? How is it so different? What is your Bible?
Mine is the English Standard Version.
Oh, mine's the New King James.
Well, see, but it also has a little one next to the word mallow, and it says the meaning of the Hebrew word is uncertain.
Well, anyway, so what I grabbed from it, can flavorless food be eaten without salt? I mean, of course it can, but how boring is that?
Yeah, I think he's saying, can that which be tasteless be eaten without salt? The next thing's down, it says, my appetite refuses to touch them. They are as food that is loathsome to me. So he's saying, yeah, you can eat them without salt or the juice of the mallow. The marsh of the mallow.
I like marshmallows.
Well, okay, so nerd alert. I'm pretty sure mallow is a plant that you can eat. It's like a little.
But it's not tasty.
I don't know that I've ever ate a mallow. I thought it was like a herb. I don't know that it had juice.
Sidetrack. I used to say herb.
Well, if it's a guy's name, it's herb.
No, but I used to call the spices
Can
herb.
I have some of that Italian herb and cheese bread from Subway?
Yes.
Wait until we tell you about what it's like to work at Subway. That stink never leaves you.
I think that people do know that, though, because Matt has never worked there, and sometimes I will crave a sub, and he's like, I don't want to go in there. That smell's going to stick to me forever.
I don't know what it is. But man, that green shirt, that ugly green polo shirt, and that black yucky apron we had to wear.
Oh, that apron.
And my mom would wash that thing for me, those items for me, by themselves, because they stunk so stinking. She said, you smelled like green peppers. Like it did not matter how much Tide or whatever you put in there.
No.
That shirt still smelled funky when you were done.
You know, and bless Katie, honestly. Like
we were hanging out with her all the time, smelling like green peppers.
You know, and I drove in her car with her all the time, and her car was constantly smelling like Subway.
That's probably why she sprayed her perfume all the time around us, because we smelled like bread and green peppers.
That's
salami.
Awful. Well, the salami is from, we figured this out later on, it's from the cigarettes that we used to smoke, those Camel Crush. Yeah. The moment you crushed them and smoked them, and then I would save them because I was broke. So then I would re-smoke them later on. Ugh. That's what made the salami smell.
Gross.
I am not a smoker anymore. No. I just need you to know. What happened?
Oh no. Are we not recording on our
Well, that anymore? One is, so.
We got our other new scene.
Hello. What happened?
We really need a production manager. Anybody who wants to come and sit and listen to us talk and be our production manager.
But my husband, he'll just like make faces and stuff the whole time.
He'll try to make us laugh.
Yeah.
There might be like off-camera farts, and then we'll be like laughing, and no one will know why.
No, they'll hear it. They'll hear his. Maybe. All right, hold on.
There we go. Okay, we've made a couple adjustments to our camera angles. We'll see how it goes.
We're still learning.
We are. This is low production value, high spiritual value.
Yes. I like that.
We did buy microphones, so there's that.
You bought that whole
little,
sound system.
Little doodad. So we made it through half of our verses that we wanted to.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to get to all of them, but I just wanted a good, like, something to reference and piece together for people that are listening to this. Like, when we talk biblical, that don't know, because I didn't know what being the salt meant until 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So I want them to be able to piece together from the Bible, and then what it means, and how we are.
Well, that's the thing, is that, you and I aren't biblical scholars. We're not. We didn't go to Bible college or seminary, or like, this is just what our hearts and minds are currently thinking. So we gladly accept any opinions or differing thoughts about the verses and the things we've said. Like, we'd love to have differing opinions in really or somebody that knows better, or like, this is what Paul actually meant, or something like that. I'm not shy. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to claim to be one.
No.
So,
but at the end of the day, when Heather and I came up with doing this podcast and spreading our word, whether it's personal, biblical,
ridiculous, painful,
funny, we wanted it to have the faith behind it. And when we say stay a little salty, I guess we'll have to have a part 2 as far as what the opposite of being the salt has meant. But we want to be effective Christian women that are providing purpose.
Yeah.
And just eager to share what this all means for us, and hope that it reaches someone, and it provides them an aha moment where they're like, I'm done being salty, and I want to be the salt too. Yeah. I want to feel like that. I want to do that.
Well, and I hope that this opens up a path for people who may know us or may not really know us that well, and consider themselves not Christians and really don't want to be Christians. And I just want you to just ask me a question. What do you think this means? Why would this? And I'm not trying to, the one thing I don't like to deal with, and I don't want to deal with, is someone who's mad that I'm a Christian.
Right.
No, and I get it. I should deal with it. That's part of what it means. But it's like, don't get mad at me, and I'm not going to be mad at you for not being a Christian, I promise.
I mean,
I'm going to be sad for you.
You can get mad at me if you want.
Yeah, I just don't come at me like, oh, you're so dumb for believing in Jesus. I can't stand it. But just come at me and say, I think it's strange that you believe in Jesus. And I'll say, okay, tell me why. And then we can just talk about it.
Yeah.
And we don't have to be mad. We don't have to hate each other. There's no fisticuffs. There's no tears. Let's just be friends. Forever and ever.
And with that, friends,
should we say a little goodbye prayer?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like to, or would you like me to?
Oh, you're gonna have to do it now.
I'm all in.
You're all in now.
Okay. Oh boy, on the fly. Dear Lord, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to be together in this way and use our hearts and our minds to be the salt of the earth, and maybe just bring a little smile to someone's face or help one person find a better path than the one that they're on. We hope that you continue to bless our lives in the same way that you always have, and continue to have us grow in our faith and our hearts for you, and bless everything we come across this week and going forward. Amen.
Amen.
I got a little lost there at the end.
That was awesome.
I have
Stay salty.
Can I give you a still a little salty prayer confession?
Yeah.
Last year at the Safari Club banquet, I used ChatGPT to write the dinner blessing prayer. And it was so good. It was like the best dinner blessing prayer ever. And I read it with such confidence. People were like, that was amazing. What a wonderful prayer. You did so good. And I was like, I used the ChatGPT to write it and I feel terrible now. So, question of the day, does an AI prayer make it any less prayerful? I don't know.
I don't know the answer.
But
this was not a ChatGPT.
No, I made
prayer.
that one on the fly. So, judge me how you will. I love you anyways.
And with that,
stay salty.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Still a Little Salty. We hope you enjoyed hanging out. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Remember, it's okay to be a work in progress. We're all just trying to be the salt, adding goodness, truth, and a little bit of flavor along the way.
We'll see you next time. Until then, stay salty.